Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga with Adriene. I'm Adriene and today's practice is Yoga for Sciatica, or for lower back pain, nerve pain. This is a really great practice for anyone who has dealt with any flare-ups in the lower back body. Perhaps you're recovering from an injury and you're needing to ease back into things. Be really mindful if you are in pain now. You might need to ask your doctor, or you might need to check in and just make sure you're doing the right exercise. But this is a really yummy practice that's going to balance strengthening and stretching in a really kind and loving way. So for today's practice, you're going to need a towel, a little towel if you have it. If you have a yoga strap, awesome. Or if you have a tie, you can use that as well. Just something about yay long that will help you find length. All right, so hop into something comfy, grab your towel or your strap or your tie, and let's get started. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is going to be supine on our backs, and you're gonna need your towel or your strap or your tie, whatever you got. So put it right to your side so you can grab it easily, and then bend the knees. Use your hands to slowly roll down to your back. Get situated here, connect with your breath. Knees are up towards the sky, feet are on the mat. And take a second to bring the hands to the belly or right to the hip points here, and just notice what's going on in the lower back. If there's a space, if you can crawl your hand between the lower back, see if you can make an adjustment to bring your lower back flush with the mat. And if you have to adjust your feet, please do. So the lower back is now pressing against the mat. And since we're here to practice and go the extra mile, self-love and care, take a moment to close your eyes and deepen your breath. And then we're going to start with this really, really fancy yoga move that a friend of mine taught me the other day, reminded me of in class. And it's where you take the two corners of your mouth and gently lift them up towards your eyes or your ears. So chances are, if you're doing this video, you're tending to a little back pain, or maybe you're wanting to prevent it, but we could all use a little reminder to smile and breathe. You're in the right place. I got your back. We're going to start by keeping the left foot on the ground and slowly, nice and slow, lifting the right leg up high. So it doesn't have to straighten. If it does, great. If not, no worries. But what we do want to pay attention to is the lower back body here. So if it's starting to come up, we're going to make adjustments either by bending the knees so that we can scoop the tailbone and keep the lower back on the mat, etc. So take a second to notice what's going on in your body. And then we're going to grab your strap. In this case, it's a towel. So I'm using a towel because I imagine that most people have a towel at home. But if you have a yoga strap, awesome. They're really great. I'm going to bend the knee to slowly grab my foot with my towel and then find extension here. So one arm has one end, the other arm has the other. Keep them like that as you loop the shoulders, snuggle the shoulder blades underneath the heart space, and begin to breathe even deeper here. Big hamstring stretch. Articulate, Adriene. Sole of the left foot is on the ground for stability here. So I am one girl talking to a lot of people right now. So be really mindful of your body and your breath here. For some, you'll be able to really enjoy this stretch, really nice. For others, this just getting here alone is probably quite a feat. So you need to be in your breath and listen, listen, listen to the body, right? Listen for signs. Don't wait till it's too late, till you're already in the ouchie mode. Ain't nobody got time for that, right? So take good care. Just feel like it's my duty to keep reminding you of that, because we can get a little bit lost sometimes trying to achieve something when really we have to just be present. So this might be enough. Again, you might be here rocking and rolling, you might be here, but lower back is flush with the mat. Take a second to close your eyes and say the mantra quietly to yourself: I am supported. And then stay here. Blood is rushing opposite direction. Stay here, or take the strap into your right hand. Bring the left hand slowly, gently down back to that left hip point. And nice and easy, I'm going to inch my left toes out, just keeping the lower back on the mat, nice and slow, and eventually find extension all the way out long through that left leg. Hey-o, off the mat. All right, so pay attention to what's going on in the full body. If the lower back is starting to come up here, you're going to want to come back to this shape with the knee up high. So I'm just offering all different variations for all different levels here. Everyone breathe. So you're either here, or we're working towards deeper stretch here. Little action point, draw the right hip crease down, hug the lower ribs in, again, protecting lower back, nice and long in the breath. So see if you can extend your inhalations, extend your exhales. If the left leg is extended, really press through your left heel, engage quadricep, firm that thigh bone down to the earth. Great, both hands come to the towel or the strap if they are not already, and we slide the left heel back up. Sole of the left foot comes to the mat. We release the strap or the towel and slowly release right hand back down. Take your strap, go ahead and put it to the left. Hands come back to the hip points, and we check in with the lower back. So a couple of rocks of the pelvis if you need. Return to the breath. Return of the Mac. Always returning to the breath. Time and time and time again. It's always there to guide you, especially through pain in the body and also painful moments, right, in life. It happens. It's gonna keep happening. So how we meet it and greet it is really what it's all about, right? Okay, here we go. Soles of the feet down on the earth. Keep the right foot there, and when you're ready, slowly lift the left leg up high, nice and slow. And as you do that, so rather than just jumping the gun here, see if you can really pay attention to what's going on in the lower back and the pelvis and the hips as you extend through the left leg. If you can straighten the leg, great. Not necessary. Tending to the lower back here and keeping that strong foundation here on the right foot. All right, awesome work, my friends. We know where we're headed, so moving nice and slow and mindful. Take your towel, loop-de-loo, grab your partner, do-si-do. Just kidding. Sorry. And we come into our stretch here. If you're super flexible and you're tending to back pain here, you might bend your knee just to give yourself a little bit of time and space to heal. So if you're used to coming here, wham bam, you might soften and use this time to find a little balance in the body and find what feels good. Breathing, nice, long, smooth, deep breaths. Notice if the lower back has come off the mat here, so hug the lower ribs down. Create support. So nice, long, neutral spine here as we do this floor work. And in this case, and in all cases, neutral means supported. It means you are connected and supported. So hug the lower ribs in and stay here, breathing. Or take the strap into your left hand. Right hand to the right hip point, right hip crease. And nice and slow, inching the toes out. Slow as you can go. Nice and easy, like a little inchworm. Breathing deep. Taking your time. And then maybe that right heel eventually extends all the way out. Breathing deep. Snuggle the shoulder blades underneath your heart space. Let this be about the breath here. Listen to the sound of your breath. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breath, you might practice that here. Firming the top of the right thigh down and really pressing into your right heel if that leg is extended. Big breaths. Left hip crease grounding down to the earth. Close your eyes here. Keep breathing. Great. Then connect to your center here. Draw the navel down. And we'll slowly, nice and easy, slide that right foot back up. Ground through the right foot, and then we'll return the hands back to the strap and release. Beautiful. Take the left foot right back down to where you started. We come to a little bridge variation here. Walking the heels up, snuggling the shoulder blades underneath. Okay, the second thing we're gonna do are some slow bridges. So heels are walking up towards the sitting bones and hands are resting gently at the sides. If you have a little block or something to put between the inner thighs here, it's nice to squeeze, but not necessary. Just keep that in mind, maybe a little imaginary block. Okay, press into your foundation here strong. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. Keyword, slow hip bridges here. So press into your feet and start with the tails. You slowly lift. Hips up high, nice, slow as you can go. Really slow. Then engage through the glutes. Squeeze that imaginary block. Knees draw towards each other. Press into your feet. You don't have to come up super high here. And then slowly release down. We're only going to do 3 of these, so the tempo's really slow. I recently met a really awesome woman. She's a chiropractor, and she's very smart. And we talk a lot about stabilizing lower back, sacrum area with slow hip bridges. She really recommends that, and I do too. So here we go. Second one, nice and slow and steady wins the race. Please keep your gaze all the way up. So now that you know what we're doing, keep your gaze up. No need to look to the side, turn the neck here, keep it nice and long. On an exhale, slowly lower down. So just one last reminder, we're not coming into bridge pose, just finding a gentle lift of the hips up on a big breath in, pressing into all 4 corners of the feet, drawing energy up through the front body and then letting it fall as we lower the back body down. Beautiful. Once you land, soft landing here, nice and easy. Press into your palms for stability and support. Lift the heels and then hug the knees up into the chest gently, very gently. Great. The next thing we're going to do is a little reclined one-legged pigeon. So softly place your left foot down on the earth and inhale, right leg up high. On an exhale, bend the right knee, cross right ankle over the top of the left thigh. And just keep it soft and easy as if you're moving through water here. So sometimes you do this in yoga class and you're like warm and you're just like cooling off. But here we want to keep it really soft and easy. So you might just stay here, gently using your right hand to guide the top of the right thigh out, finding that rotation. Breathing here. Or we'll thread the needle by taking the right fingertips in between the legs, hey-oh, inappropriate, and interlacing behind the back of that left thigh. Now you have your towel here, or your strap here, so you can use it to help with this if the first variation is not comfortable or in your body, or if you want to be super mindful about your back pain. Perhaps you're accustomed to a little bit of sciatic flare up, and so you're working on some stabilization and preventative care. You might just stay here. So wherever you are, you know what I'm going to say, right? Breathe deep. Keep energy and awareness through both feet, protecting the knees and staying connected. So sciatica is not actually, we often think of it as a diagnosis of one thing, but really sciatica is a symptom of something else going on in the body. It can be a plethora of different things, right? Some are way more severe than others. Some are small and can just happen, you know, pick something up the wrong way, or, you know, get out of bed the wrong way, or maybe you were doing something else the wrong way. Just kidding. Hopefully you're breathing here. Right? It happens. And then last but not least, and this is going to depend on where you're at in your body, you might just stay exactly where you are, or you might extend that left leg up high. We've already warmed up the hamstrings here. This is optional, it can be bent too. Breathing deep. There's an action of the tailbone here, lengthening out long. It's not really a big move, just more of an action and activity. Breathe deep. And slowly release, one step at a time, nice and slow. Staying connected to your abdominal wall, core, as you move in and out of these postures. Super helpful. Let's take it to the other side. Plant down firmly through the right foot. Inhale, left leg up high. Exhale, bend at the left knee, cross left ankle over the top of the right thigh, and just check out this side, right? Each side is going to be a little bit different. Finding that rotation here, using the hand if it helps. Staying connected to your lower back, super mindful. Might just stay here, or you might press up off the right toes, thread the needle once again here. Again, you can take the strap here. A lot of people like to interlace here, which is fine. If you really, really want that, need that, it's fine. But for me, I tend to I kind of got out of that habit just to protect a little hyperextension in the knee and just create good yoga habits, stretch habits. So I do it behind the thigh here. Also really great to press the hamstring against the hands here for hamstring stabilization and strength as well. So we stretch them a lot, but we rarely stabilize them. So it's good. Good little 2-for-1 here. A lot going on. Breathe deep. Close your eyes. So there are many different bus stops here. Again, if your back is aching you might just be here. If you found a spot that feels good, close your eyes and deepen your breath. Last little stop or last little action here that's optional to extend the leg up high, really brightening through both feet here. Lots of energy in both feet. And you can commission your left elbow here to press out through the left thigh a little bit. One more breath. And then nice and slow, stay connected to your core as you release. Tighten the belly as you unravel. Staying connected. Awesome work. Big breath in. Exhale out through the mouth. Let it go. All right, next we're going to walk the feet together and then press up off the toes and slowly engage the abdominal wall here again to hug the knees all the way up and in. It doesn't have to be a big squeeze. If you're craving that, go for it. But again, better safe than sorry, keeping it nice and easy here. I'm coming into Gomukhasana legs or cow legs. So I'm going to slide the right toes all the way up and cross my right leg over my left as if I were sitting at a desk here. And I want to remember where we started with that awareness, that attention on the lower back. So scoop the tailbone up here so that your lower back is nice and supported flush with the mat. You might just stay here. You might need support by bringing the fingertips to your sides. Or we might take the hands and grab either the big toes or the outer edges of the feet, coming into our Gomukhasana, our cow legs. Big breaths here as I anchor down through my hip creases. Keep the chest, heart open. So now we're getting really nicely into the piriformis. Again, our sciatica is usually, or really always, I should say, just in different ways, a reaction to something else, right? A symptom to something else. And that's what's causing that pain, which is sharp and severe sometimes. So depending on where you're at, be really mindful. Can't say that enough. Big breaths here. On your last breath here, if it's available to you, see if you can kick your feet into your hands even more. Kick your feet up into your hands. Great, and then to release, connect to your center, your core. Draw the navel down, release the hands first, bring them to the mat, and then unravel. So I'm really connected to my core here, really important if we want to tend to back pain, to find that strength in the core, in the front body. All right, here we go. Same thing on the other side. Sliding the left toes up, crossing it over, hugging the lower rib cage down. This side will be different, so just notice what's going on. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then maybe we take the hands to the big toes here. Oh yeah, this side's different. Or to the outer edges of the feet. Working to get the hands kicking up, the feet kicking up into the hands. But you gotta just work where you are today. And sometimes that's just grabbing one foot at a time. So awesome. For anyone who works at a computer, this sequence is gonna be rad for you. Really, really great. Really great for everyone in this day and age to really tend to the lower back with love. Take one more big breath here, you got it. Exhale, draw the navel down towards the earth. Connect to your abdominal wall, so tighten the belly a little bit here as you release the hands first. Fingertips or palms come to the mat. Shoulders relax down and we unravel. Sweet. Slowly take both feet up, find extension, then bend the knees to lower with control down, 1 foot at a time. Okie doke, doing awesome. So just one more thing before we take it to rest and relaxation and restoration. So we're gonna come up to seated now, but to do that, we're gonna come onto our side. So any side that rocks your world, come into a little fetal position. And then this is good awareness just for getting up and out of bed, especially if you have a flare up or if you are feeling a little achy in the lower back. Come onto your side first. Connect to your center, so draw the navel in, connect to your core, supporting the back, and then roll up. So especially if you're going to other yoga classes to tend to back pain, watch it in those transitions. Super important to stay connected to your center. All right, so this next little twist, we already know, but we're kind of going at it in a more gentler way, kinder way. So we're gonna extend the left leg out long and hug the left knee. That's my right. Whoa. Extend the right leg out long and hug the left knee in, but give yourself lots of space, about a palm's width of space between your right leg and your left heel. Now I should note that if you are in the moment dealing with sciatic pain, you will probably want to skip this twist. I would. But you'll know. Your body will tell you, especially if you have that sort of pain. You know what I'm talking about. It speaks. It tells no lies. So in that case, you might just work in Dandasana, or you might do a forward fold here, or you might cross the legs and sit in meditation pose while we do this twist. So palms width, and I'm gonna sit up nice and tall, interlace the fingertips, not directly on the knees, just bad yoga habit to do that, put pressure on the knee when you don't need to, so just below the knee, loop the shoulders and lift up through the chest. Hug the navel in, just slightly tighten the belly to support the back. And we're breathing here. So now we're gonna go and get into the piriformis again. And again, all those intrinsic muscles that are around the lower back body and the hips and the nerves and everything that's connected to your spine a little bit deeper. So again, avoid this if you're already having lower back pain. I know I keep saying that, but I've actually avoided doing a video like this because it's such a tender and specific thing. But I might just stay here, interlace, or I'm gonna hug the elbow into the knee and kind of press the knee into the elbow. So I'm not letting it rock in. Youch. I want a supported stretch, not a crank. Left fingertips come behind for support if you hug the elbow. Otherwise, you just stay here with the fingertips interlaced. Notice I have a nice energy in my right toes. Benji here. And we're here breathing. Once you feel like you got a shape that feels good, even if it doesn't look anything like mine, see if you can soften your gaze or close your eyes and really listen to the sound of your breath. You might repeat the mantra again, I am supported. And take one more breath wherever you are. And use an exhale to slowly come back to center. Use the hands behind you for support as you send the left leg out long. And then we'll slowly do the same thing on the other side, sliding the right leg in. No need to narrow it here. Keep a nice palms width distance. And then interlace the fingertips just below the knees. Sit up nice and tall. You might just stay here, or you might find a little twist in the spine. Really, really great. And maybe we hug the elbow. Maybe we take the fingertips back. But really working sensation over shape here big time. Close your eyes and breathe. And wherever you are, take one last breath in. And use the exhale to come back to center. Release the hands behind you. Send the legs out long. Big breath in. Big breath out. Great. Use the hands to guide you, especially if you are feeling a little bit achy, all the way back down. Bring the feet onto the ground for stability first, then use the hands, the arms, the elbows to walk you down. Stay connected to your core. And now would be the time where you grab your pillow and either put it underneath the head, or for this particular video, it would be really great to put support underneath the backs of the knees. Okay, so a little supported supine posture to close us off here. It seems so simple, I know. This isn't the best pillow for this, but you can get a towel or a blanket and roll it up, put it up behind the knees. Actually, this is awesome. Should have trusted you, pillow. Right behind the knees, and then extend the legs out long. Hands can rest gently on the belly, the tops of the hips, or out at the sides. So if you've ever had back pain or a toothache, certain kinds of things that really wear you out, all kinds of pain, right? It can be quite exhausting. And so it's important, especially because we're dealing with our nerves here, it's important to take this last pose seriously. Don't skip it. Find support. You can use your towel here for a little eye cover. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Game changer, hello. I know I'm putting this on YouTube, but you cannot beat this. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. Inhale in again. And exhale, release. And one last time. Say the mantra quietly to yourself. I am supported. So by doing a mindful practice like this, not only is it physically beneficial to the body, but I think energetically, and hell, even spiritually, if you're open to that, it's your way of kindly combating pain and saying, I acknowledge you, I'm learning from you, thank you. And now I release it, move through, pass on. And then you can work to prevent things like that. Body aches, pain, headaches, accidents, all these things will happen. So how we meet them and greet them and tend to them is everything. Thank you for sharing your time, your energy, and your practice with me. Leave questions, comments below. But for now, we'll take one last big breath in. And on your exhale, relax the weight of your body completely and fully into the mat. Shavasana. Stay here for a minute or two, if time allows, even longer. Take good care. Namaste.